In a previous video I made about the alleged press conference on the town hall balcony, remember we were expected to believe that the first press conference ever in Melbourne's history was held on that balcony on the 20th of January, where the city background noises are that loud that you can hardly even hear yourself think. I think, yeah. Oh. How's this? If that is not unbelievable enough, this first ever press conference on the balcony just happened to be taking place at the exact same time that Jimmy decided to go for a drive right in front of the town hall. In my previous video, I highlighted that in Robert Doyle's Twitter video, he not only shown signs of guilt and deception for the media being on his balcony and reporting allegations about what Jimmy had done. In my previous video, I showed this tweet from Robert Doyle. It was the tweet he made when he posted his video. But I did not comment on that tweet or on what Robert Doyle actually says in his video. They are both worth looking at. Firstly, let's look at what he actually says in his tweet. My thoughts are with those affected by today's tragic events. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? All those affected. Is that the people who were walking along the pavement who had walked an extra 100 metres due to police tape blocking their way? Is that the people who had to take a different tram because Bourke Street was closed? Is that the people who heard the media allegations on the TV and the radio and were upset by them? All those affected covers a hell of a lot of people. It waters down his concern for the alleged victim so much that it almost makes it worthless. In terms of a genuine concern for the Melbourne citizens who were led to believe were hit by a car, some of which we were told were seriously hurt or even dead. So that's what he wrote. Whilst Robert Doyle took ownership of the tweet with the pronoun might, what followed thereafter was just straight out piss. Since he recorded 1 minute and 20 seconds of video to accompany his tweet, then he would have surely have expressed his heartfelt concern for the citizens and victims, wouldn't he? It's bound to be the first thing he says. So let's watch from the start.
1:30 in the afternoon this afternoon. 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 When I was standing out doing a press conference here on the portico at Town Hall.
I forgot. He gave his alibi first, then did some news reporting of allegations. So I'll fast forward to when he finishes all that storytelling, which takes him about until 1 minute and 5 seconds into his video. Let's see what Robert Doyle eventually says about his thoughts for the alleged dead and injured citizens.
We just ask that people think about getting home tonight. We just ask.
Why is Robert, in his own personal address as the mayor, giving his thoughts using the pronoun we? Here is an extract from my previous video about pronouns for multiple people being wrongly used. Statement analyst expert Peter Hyatt. Here he says we and us, not allowing him to be alone with the accusation. This is a signal of guilt, as humans do not like to be alone with guilt.
We just ask that people think about getting home tonight.
Is this for real? His priority is for you to think about getting home. What the fuck does that mean, Robert? What about the people hit by Jimmy, Robert? Have you forgotten about them? It's them that your video is supposed to be about, is it not?
We just ask that people think about getting home tonight. Spare a thought particularly for those families and loved ones of those who have been affected.
So Robert was asking us, the citizens, to think about everyone and their dog Why was Robert not expressing his thoughts for the comparatively few victims allegedly hit by Jimmy's car? What are your thoughts and feelings, Robert? I ask this because I don't know from watching your tweeted video. You only ask us to think about a group of unspecified people. If Robert can't tell us exactly who we should be having a thought for, then we should not be making assumptions on his behalf. If he's asking us to think of those who were affected by the events on the 20th of January, then he needs to tell us who these people are. If he can't tell us, then we can only guess. Are these the type of people affected that we should be thinking about or feeling sorry for?
Victims. We've also had over 1,000 police members that have reached out for support. This has had a significant impact on those members that attended the event.
My family and the people around me, I'm holding it pretty good.
Good. Even with all your experience and everything, it can still give you some rough times, so you take care, won't you?
I will, get my word.
I started, I was doing the breathing.
The mouth to mouth, yeah.
Yep.
Let's ignore the fact that Gary and Lou's accounts of what happened that day directly contradict each other. And let's have a thought now for these two heroes, the 1,000 cops, and our Mayor Robert Doyle.
Struggling a bit.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that, though, is there? Well, it's not easy, but...
It's hard.
It's hard. But you and a lot of people, what do you do?
I'll take some time off and I'll get help if I need it.
Is that bad?
Yep.
Well, go now.
In a week's time.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Because that's when I can fit it in.
Oh yeah, look, I'm struggling. I should take a break. I can't fit it in.
Listen, Mum.
That sounds
Listen, Mum. I will take a break, okay?
38W wouldn't be involved in spreading disinformation or bullshit propaganda. Or would they? Let's just take a look at the 38W YouTube channel and see what videos they've uploaded there. Well, just looking through the videos here, we just happen to have a video of CCTV of Bourke Street rampage, courtesy of the Herald Sun. So there is CCTV of Jimmy rampaging down Bourke Street after all. I wonder how the Herald Sun and the 38W got their hands on that. Let's take a look at this. That is not Bourke Street, this is Swanston Street. This video was uploaded on the 26th of January. 38W are local to Melbourne, so they would 100% have known what street this is. This is irrefutable evidence that the media have been deliberately attempting to mislead the public regarding what happened on 20th of January. Let's have a look at the comments. Oh, here's one. A complaint. When was that complaint made? It says the 6th of March. That's 10 days ago that this was brought to 38W's attention, and they've done nothing to correct the blatant misleading title. The media have codes they must comply with. These codes include an obligation to accurately report, not mislead, and to correct errors as soon as possible. No wonder there's so much fake news in the news these days, when they publish blatant lies like this. You may have noticed that it was Neil Mitchell of 38W Radio who managed to get the interviews with all these headline characters who participated in this event. Is this just yet another coincidence? Surely 38W wouldn't be involved in spreading disinformation or propaganda, or would they?
As families and loved ones of those who have been affected, and let's try to take better care of each other at this awful time in the centre of our city.
Why is he asking that we, citizens, take better care of each other? We already were. We would continue to do so without any requests from you, or the we, that you made your requests on behalf of. So despite Robert Doyle making a video, the purpose of which was surely to express his feelings of the concern to the people really affected, that is those allegedly hit by a car, Robert Doyle was unable to do it in either the written word or the spoken word. Why did he not feel the need to do this when surely his number one priority was the well-being of the couple of dozen of people allegedly hit by Jimmy's car. At this stage, I think it's only fair if I let Robert Doyle have the final say.
Yes, this is a huge stuff up. It's a mess. It's a gigantic error. So, you know, I can't make any excuses for it or try to rationalise it away. It's a stuff up. So all we can do, I think, is to acknowledge that, be upfront about it, and do the right thing and